Governor Wike is always out to address people about this Endsars protest. Before I continue, let me greet my amazing people. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Good evening. Depending on wherever you are watching me from or whenever you come across this video, I remain your humble favorite baby girl, Anointed Lady TV. If you are new to this channel or you have been watching me, you've not subscribed, please today consider hitting that red button where the road subscribe and put on the notification bell so that whenever I upload any video, you will be notified. To all my returning subscribers, thank you very much for coming back to check on your baby girl. And to my new subscribers, I welcome you into this amazing family. You are welcome. So Governor Wike is out to address his people about this Endsars. Just watch.
My dear good people of River State, first of all, I wish to thank you all for the existing calm and peaceful disposition of our people since the beginning of the Endsars protests in the state. As a government, our position on SARS and the raging protests and related issues are well known to the world. We strongly support the objectives of the Endsars protests for as long as it remains peaceful. We're the first in this country to expose the cruelties and brutalities of SARS and challenge the federal government to rein in on this evil force, but nothing happened. We went further to set up a judicial panel of inquiry headed by a High Court judge, which indicted some operatives of the much dreaded and notorious SARS for acts of criminal misconduct, including murder and gross human rights abuse across the state. We submitted the findings and recommendations of the Judicial Panel of Inquiry to the relevant federal authorities, including the Police High Command, but nothing was done. Instead of support, we are accused of playing politics, and the Rotimi Amechi-led faction of the All Progressive Congress even organized a demonstration in support of the persistence of SARS and its atrocities against the people. What is true is that, by God's grace, River State have in a long while been secure and peaceful under our watch as we continue to strive and deliver on our commitments to the people. Recall that during my second inauguration address, we waved the olive branch, promised to run an all-inclusive government, and called on all to join us to move the state forward. We demonstrated good faith and made good our promise by directing the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice to enter a non-late prosecution in favor of all those who had issues with criminal process in our courts. To our utmost surprise, and quite unfortunately, intelligence report shows clearly that the Rotimi Amechi-led faction of the All Progressive Congress based in Abuja is capitalizing on the opportunity created by the ongoing Endsars protests to destabilize the prevailing peace and progress in the state. As a matter of fact, one of the beneficiaries of these kind gestures, Honorable Ojuka Yeflag Abakri, is the one that had led higher talks and miscreants for neighboring states into Port Harcourt to cause mayhem and destruction under the guise of supporting pro-SARS protests against the overwhelming mood of the nation and the clear directive of Mr. President on ending the SARS menace for good. We're not surprised because these characters are the very ones that used SARS in the recent past to intimidate, harass, maim, and kill our people, including the late Dr. Ferry Berebe. Clearly, today's pro-SARS protests who defined Rotimi Amechi's predilection for violent street actions for political goals were intended to provoke the peace-loving people of Rivers State to needless violence and destruction. We commend the people of Rivers State for their peaceful disposition and for refusing to be provoked by these miscreants and their spineless sponsors throughout today's ill-intended protests. We also commend security agencies for ensuring that nothing untoward happened during the protest. We had initially declined to set up another panel of inquiry to investigate the activities of SARS as directed by the National Council of States, but have decided to change this position because of the new facts and evidences on ground. Consequently, we shall be inaugurating a judicial panel of inquiry within the next 48 hours to investigate the brutality and human rights abuse of SARS in Rivers State. At this point, it is important to remind our flag Amakri and his fellow criminal travelers that Nolly Prosecutor is not an acquittal, and government will not hesitate to reinstate the criminal proceedings against them if they continue with their predispositions to violence and criminal misconduct in Rivers State. Enough is enough. Rivers State is peaceful, and we cannot and will not allow any misguided person or group to exploit the current situation to disturb the peace and endanger our collective security. We are intended to reconstitute the task force on illegal trading and motor powers to clear the madness and restore sanity and order to our streets, but for the prevailing tense situation. But be assured that a reformed and disciplined task force will soon be in place to clear our streets and roads of illegal trading and park activities and associated nuisance. We want to further assure you that we shall not be distracted in our determination to defend the interests of the state and transform all parts of Rivers State with the resources at our disposal. Finally, we urge all well-meaning citizens to remain vigilant and ensure that we do not play into the hands of these distractors. Thank you for your continued support, the people of Rivers State, and appreciate your efforts as we pledge to fast-track the delivery of all ongoing development projects and make life more meaningful for all. Thank you, and God bless you all.
When we remember our children want to run away,
Their mothers, sisters, and daughters who have taken to the streets to lend their voices to the growing protests against the many injustices committed by security operatives, especially the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, against helpless Nigerians. Monday saw the group of concerned women making a stop at the Government House, Port Harcourt, to vent their grievances.
The stories we hear are so heartbreaking. They are so heartbreaking. Young children are traumatized all over.
And right now, as women, we are standing to say, Endsars, destroy that constitution that has institutionalized injustice, inequality, and lack of development. We want a new one where every Nigerian will be free.
Wary of being misinterpreted, the women say their protest has no ethnic or religious coloration, but a cry for justice, peace, and freedom in Nigeria.
We are frustrated, and it's showing out in the way and impunity with which our police operate. You say to a young person who has not been tried, who is not guilty of anything, you say, I will kill you, and nothing will happen.
They're also protesting against the growing economic hardship in the country.
Which is the same thing Nigerian government says to us. We will burden you with taxes. We will burden you with levies. We will burden you with ugly policies, and nothing will happen. But now, something must happen.
For his part, Governor Nyesom Wike, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Ipalibo Haribanigo, says unless there's justice for all, agitations will continue in the country.
We started shouting 2015, 2016. In fact, some that were caught on camera killing people were even promoted, to tell you the level of impunity.
The governor also condoled with all those who have lost loved ones or suffered one injustice or another.
I know those of you who have even suffered brutality, even rape, I know.
Prayers were also said for a better Nigeria.
That the walls of corruption has fallen, the walls of police brutality has fallen, the walls of SWAT has fallen. Every negative thing that has held this country bound has fallen in the name of Jesus. Therefore, we stand on the ground and we decree
AIT News, Port Harcourt.
this nation, Nigeria, is the